Got an awesome thing to share that occurred in my life. This really happened to me. This must have been about, I don't know, like 15 years ago, maybe something. Long before I was like even like waking up into, basically when I was a kid, I was real sensitive. A lot of spirits and things and stuff happened to me. Some of it was really good, but some of it was really scary. So I kind of like turned that off. And went through, decades of life with that off. And this was during that time. This was about 15 years ago, I'm guessing. And it happened. So what had happened is I had crashed a motorcycle and got a class 5 acromioclavicular separation where the collarbone attaches to some other bones here. Both tendons had been snapped completely off. My collarbone was up like this and my shoulder is sunk down. Some of you know, you can go Google what that injury is. Mine was a real serious degree of it. It was like the most serious degree where both tendons are torn completely off. And I didn't have insurance and I couldn't afford surgery for it, okay? So I didn't get any of that. Now, what happens when you do that? Some people don't heal at all. The bones stay completely separated. Other people, the tendon fills in and reattaches, but then you have a collarbone that's like way up here and a shoulder that's all crooked, okay? So I had strapped down the collarbone the best I could and held still for about 3 weeks. It did reattach, and that was it. I went back to work, but it was up, like the collarbone was up here, all crazy compared to the other one. It didn't feel all that good, and it didn't look very good, and it was kind of eh. But for some reason, I believed I was going to heal well anyway. Even though I kind of hadn't, It was healing strong, but it was all out of place. And that's what's normal. I was told, oh yeah, you're never going to heal right, blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever does, blah, blah, blah. You know how the world is. They always give you the lowest vibrational, view of things, or at least that's the world I was living in at the time. But I had this feeling of courage I was going to heal really well anyway. I just wasn't giving up. So I'm working at this certain place. I'm not going to say where, it doesn't matter. It's indoors. It's a large building. There's aisles and stuff stacked in all these different aisles, okay? And one night I'm working there. It's the night shift. It's like overnight, graveyard shift or whatever. And now this is at a time when I didn't think about aliens except for once in a while if I saw a sci-fi movie and thought that was cool. Like, it just wasn't something I spent any real time thinking about. It didn't seem relevant to my life, okay? So here I am walking down a hall doing my job like any other night seemingly. And then all of a sudden, seemingly out of the blue, this incredible feeling hits me like I'd never felt before, and it felt really good and it felt really different than anything I'd ever felt before as I'm walking along. And now I know there's a word for like emotional telepathy, okay? I don't know what the word is, feel free to tell me. But that's what this was. This incredible feeling hit, and then it like gave me a vision, okay? And my vision was that there was like an alien spacecraft near me or above me and doing something to me with its energy, okay? Like almost about to beam me up, Scotty or something, you know what I mean? That's the weird like image I got, but it wasn't scary. I wasn't afraid I was about to be like, abducted or something. I just felt like this really good feeling, and for whatever reason, even though I never thought about stuff like that or thought stuff like that even happened necessarily, that was the vision I got. And it seemed so real. It was real. As this is happening, I'm still walking down the aisle, just kind of like, whoa. This bone that had healed all out of place, I felt something happen, and I felt it move, and the whole thing just shifted into where it was supposed to be, okay? It was an incredible feeling. It didn't hurt at all. Now, keep in mind, this thing had healed out of place. The tendon was too long. It had filled in the gap, and so the bone was up here, and my shoulder was all crooked and stuff. The whole thing just moved. Somebody somehow, reshaped it completely, even if after it had healed all out of place. And it just, I felt it happen, and it was just like, whoop, and I knew, and it was like, whoa, oh my gosh, like total miracle. Somehow I wasn't even all that surprised, but the way it happened, I didn't see this coming. It's like my conscious mind wasn't ready to know how this was going to happen, I guess. Some other part of me already knew. But it did, okay? Now, I didn't get any vision of what kind of beings or whatever were on this vessel. Maybe I wasn't ready for that at the time. Maybe I did get the vision, but just consciously I wasn't ready to see it. So I can't say what kind of, other people this was for sure. Now, if I meditated on, asked for an answer, I'd probably get it. Maybe I will. This hit me today, this memory. It's like, oh, that's so significant, dude. You have to make a video about it. So that's all I'm doing. I just turned on the camera and let it go, That's how I do. I push the button and just, whatever, whatever's meant to come out is going to come out. So, yeah, spontaneous healing, and it was definitely someone extraterrestrial who did this for me, okay? So, thank you to you. As I've said many times, I love you and thank you. And, I needed to share that because I'd like to hear more stuff about this. You hear all these scary negative abduction stories. Oh, I was abused and all this. And this might have been a telepathic idea that was given to me the other day. The idea was, humans are comfortable going to a human doctor and having biopsies taken and things cut off of you and things injected and this and that because you believe that that's the expert that's going to help you, even though they're not very good at it, in my not so humble opinion. Humans are doing the best they can, but modern medicine's anyway, it's way off track, but that's other videos. That's not the point of what I'm saying here. The point is, our current belief systems and the way we look at life and the primitive way people have been thinking for a long time, guys, we've been getting a lot of help, okay, from extraterrestrial beings all along, not just contributing DNA and stuff and working to alter and continually improve upon it, but sometimes, when you remember a flash from an abduction or something like that, all you've seen about that's horror movies, and in your context of your mind, that's going to seem like it was an awful thing, like you were getting violated. But I strongly suspect that in many of these cases, all that was happening was better doctors were working on you, okay? And the part of your mind that, forgets things that it's not ready to remember, or maybe in some cases it's even done, Men in Black style, where they just kind of poof and make you forget because they know you're going to freak out, like they know you're not ready to even know they're working on you and helping you and stuff. I'm not saying in every single case it was some awesome benevolent help. I'm just saying that in many cases, guys, I really believe that's what you're remembering flashes of. And if there was something uncomfortable that happened, well, hey, how many times has something uncomfortable been done to you at a human doctor? But you're totally okay with it because you believe in that and you're not afraid of it, okay? All I'm saying is let's start having a better attitude of expectation of, what, it's obvious looking around, we've been helped a lot, okay? And, having that vibration of a thought about it means that, the kinds of experiences you're going to attract and the kinds of opinion or perception you're going to have about what that experience was, it's going to get a whole lot better. And then the picture can start to be, we can start to shine more light on the picture together, and see what's really there instead of being afraid of the dark, so to speak. We're afraid of the unknown, and afraid of things that we can't see. And therein lies why we can't see it. A lot of the things we don't see, it's just because the way we've come up in this world, the influences we've picked up on how to think about these things, make it too terrifying or whatever to see, okay? So I just had to testify that I know for a fact I've been helped. Actually, if I wrote down the list of injuries and diseases I've had in this life, people wouldn't even believe me. They say, no way, you'd be dead by now. You know, you wouldn't be doing 1,000-pound deadlifts and stuff. You'd be in a grave somewhere, okay? Somebody's helped me to become stronger and healthier and more aware, etc., etc. A lot. I've had a lot of help, okay? I'm aware of some of who it comes from, and some consciously, yet I'm not, okay? But, you know, we're all getting there. So I just needed to I needed to share that, you know, and, you know, to raise our perception, raise the vibe, you know. The systems of this world, they've all been about fear and keeping you terrified and dumbed down and blah, blah, blah. And maybe that serves our purpose for a certain amount of time to live in that darkness and illusion and lostness or whatever. If, you know, I think that's part of our soul's plan. But if you're with me now and you're at this point where it's like, you know, the more that's becoming revealed, the more you're remembering, the more you're opening up to, the better it gets. That's who I'm sharing this with. So we can kind of snowball it, guys. Let's throw in the positivity here. Let's share some good things and our recognition of the fact that, you know, if yes, there's a lot of other kinds of beings in this universe, and a lot of them do interact with us, and for the most part, it's all been help. Do you seriously think that if we were being preyed upon by advanced beings, you know, who were out to get us, do you think we'd even be here anymore? Are you kidding me? A bunch of primitive spear-chucking superstitious humans on Earth? If somebody wanted to take us out with their advanced technology, guys, we'd already be gone, okay? The fact that we haven't even taken ourselves out, when I look around at the things people believe and the things they do, and how lost and blind they get in this world, I'm sure that we've had a lot of help there, or we would have, and I know in times past we have annihilated ourselves basically off the planet. Even then, someone's helped us preserve enough of us to start again so we can try again, okay? So instead of having this, you know, letting people tell you what to be afraid of all the time and be terrified, nah, how is that serving us, humanity? It's not, obviously, okay? So open your heart more, have more love, and then have more of the courage that comes with it to recognize that, you know, if you feel victimized, you're always going to, as long as that's the vibration you're carrying, you're going to attract more experiences that make you feel victimized, okay? When you're done being a victim and you realize you're not a victim of anything, you're a creator of experiences, then all that's over. And if you'd like to go a different way with it and create experiences that are awesome and eye-opening to say the least, and heart-opening and better than the best sci-fi that anybody can dream up, reality's better, okay, than even the coolest things we've imagined so far. And that's an understatement. It's infinitely better. So instead of, you know, doing this and being scared and quivering all the time and then just having more scary things happen to confirm that for you, well, you know, are you with me? Let's pull our heads out. Let's step up and start to realize, you know, we're very powerful things, and when we're ready to perceive more of what we really are and more of what life really is, things are going to get better, guys, not worse. It's only the ego level of humans, and the ego is sort of necessary. It is necessary to have this earth experience, but it sure is a pain in the ass because your ego is afraid of change. It's so dumb that it just thinks change means death. At some level, that's what it thinks, okay? So it's holding us back in that way all the time. You do have a higher mind that you have access to. You have a heart you have access to. Look at these things through those, and you may decide you want more revealed to you. You want to shine a bigger light and see more into the dark of what's there. Instead of your ego just assuming it's all bad and I don't want to see it and I don't want change, and you know, we've all seen this in ourselves and others. You know, holding ourselves back as a species, but I know where I'm at with it. I'm opening up to more and more because it's exciting to me. It's awesome to me. It's wonderful, and the rewards, the more I open up to, you know, listen and look at what's there, you know, priceless. I've been given many priceless gems telepathically, right into my heart, and then it translates into a thought in various ways, synchronistically, and I know a lot of us have. So why don't we focus on that stuff and realize the insurmountable astronomical amount of help that humanity's been getting all along. I'd like to proactively interact with that help more. That's what I'm saying. How about you? You feel me? All right. So let's do that. And let's continue to update and share as we do, right? Let's expand this picture together, because it's going to be the word awesome. Human words don't even come close. Okay, awesome to the power of immeasurable. How about that? All right, I love you. Let me know what you think and what you feel about this, guys. Thanks.